Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a declutter video. So I did declutter the majority of my collection back in March. I'll link all of my declutter videos in the description box below, but I actually skipped over lip products. So I thought I would come back and do lip products because I want to make sure I go through them. I have two of these videos, so I'm going to do lipsticks today, and then next week I'll probably do lip glosses and liquid lipsticks. I haven't really been reaching for lipstick a whole lot in 2020. When I do wear a lip product, it's usually a sheer lip product, a lip gloss, maybe a lip tint. But if I'm out in public, I'm wearing a mask and there's no point in putting on like a cream lipstick. So, I haven't reached for a lot of these in a while. And because of that, I feel like it's a good time to declutter. I'm just going to pass them along to friends and family who might want them. And if anything's old or expired, obviously I'll get rid of it. But the majority of these products should still be good. So nothing's going to go to waste. It's all going to go to a new home so somebody else can enjoy the product. But I want to cut this down a lot. I definitely want to at least try to get everything in one container, maybe 1.5. The only products that I don't have in here that I do wear are my ColourPop lippy sticks, because I did declutter those off camera like at the beginning of the year because a lot of them were old. So other than that, this is my entire lipstick collection. So I hope you guys enjoy today's video as I go through and declutter. Okay, so let me start with my Urban Decay Vice lipsticks. I do have quite a few, and this is one of my favorite formulas when I do want to wear this type of lipstick, but I feel like I have a lot of shades that are very similar that I don't need to keep all of them. So let me swatch a couple of these nude shades. Okay, so this first one is a sheer nude. That one is part of the Game of Thrones collection. This one is just their shade Stark Naked, and then we have Naked and then Fuel. So I think I'm just going to keep the first two and then declutter these second two. This one's a little bit too pink toned and this one's a little bit too orangey for me, just for my personal preference when it comes to nude shades. I have a few more shades that kind of fall in like that pinky nude family, so I'm going to swatch these ones as well because I think they might look pretty similar. So this first one is called Bun Bun. This second one is 1993. This one is called Back Talk, and then the last one is called 66. They're all really, really beautiful, and I feel like I want to keep all of them, but I definitely need to declutter at least two of them. So I definitely want to keep it 1993. I feel like that is pretty unique to my collection. I don't have a lot of lipsticks that look exactly like that one, and I think I'll also keep the shade Back Talk. I feel like out of the three, this one is probably the most unique for my collection, so I'll hang on to these two and declutter Bun Bun and 66. Okay, so I have some red shades left, some berries. I am going to declutter the shade Menace. This is a really, really bright pink. I don't really even have to swatch this one to know that I won't wear this anytime soon. I feel like I used to love bright pink lipstick, but it's just not something I reach for very often, and I have at least one other bright pink that I will keep, so I'll declutter this one. And then I do have a couple of red shades that look like they're going to be pretty similar, so let me swatch these and see which tone I like the best. So this shade is Temper, this one is called 714, and then this one is Bad Blood. This is a tough choice because I do feel like I love reds and they all have a little bit of a different undertone to them. I'm definitely drawn to the shade Bad Blood the most. This one is like a true classic blue-based red, and I feel like when I swatched them, this one went on the best. So I am going to keep this one, and then I think I can declutter the other two. I love how this one has a little bit of an orange undertone, but honestly, I don't think I'll wear it anytime soon. Usually when I wear a red, it's a liquid lipstick, so I feel like it'll be nice to keep one cream lipstick and then I can declutter the other two. And then these last four shades are all a little bit similar as well, so I am going to swatch these two just so I can see what they look like. So this one is called Disturbed, and then this one is White Walker. This was part of the Game of Thrones collection as well. I'm going to keep the shade Disturbed. They're very, very similar. I'm pretty sure they're like identical dupes, so I'll hang on to this one because it is a permanent shade and pass this one along. And this one is Love Drunk, and this one is Rock Steady. These are pretty similar as well. This one is a comfort matte finish, and then this one is a cream finish. If I'm going to wear a shade like this and it's not a liquid lipstick, it at least has to be a matte finish so it stays in place a little bit better, so I will keep this one. So Disturbed and Love Drunk will stay in my collection, and then I will declutter White Walker and Rock Steady. So right up here, I have two of these Christian Audette lipsticks. This was the collaboration that Thompson did, and I love these. The shades that she created are so gorgeous. This one is Beauty, and it is one of my go-to nudes. I reach for this one all the time, so I'm definitely keeping this one. She also created the shade Puffin, which is a gorgeous orangey red. This formula is beautiful, but this color is really gorgeous as well, so I am going to keep this one too. This is a Fenty Mattemoiselle lipstick. I have a really deep shade called Griselda. I did get this in a BoxyCharm. I've tried this formula and I do like it. It's a matte formula that's very creamy and comfortable. So I am going to hang on to this one and just keep it on hand for the fall because that's usually when I wear these deep vampy colors. So right here I have the ColourPop Lux Lipsticks. I like this formula. I don't think I like it as much as their original lippy stick formula, but I still reach for these when I want like just a regular bullet lipstick. So there are a few shades that I wear fairly often, including this shade Appy. Appy is a really pretty kind of like yellow toned nude, and I find myself reaching for that one. I also like the shade What's Your Sign. This one is also a nude, but it's a little bit deeper and I guess slightly more neutral than Appy. I like this shade Hello Stranger. This one is like a really pretty dramatic red. It has like a hint of berry to it, so this is one of my go-tos. And then as for the rest, I have a couple from like the Villains collection, but I don't reach for those as much. Let me swatch them and see if any of them are similar to the ones that I'm keeping. Actually, I went to swatch this and it's brand new. I've never used it. I've never even swatched it. So I'm actually going to pass this product along. If there are any products in my collection that I haven't even touched, then I really don't need to keep them unless they're brand new and I just recently purchased them. I don't typically put products in my collection unless I've actually worn them, but apparently that happened with these. I also haven't worn the shade Maleficent, so I'm going to pass this one along as well. Let me just check all of them from the Villains collection. I actually didn't swatch or wear these shades as well, so I am going to pass these three along too. The only one that I did swatch was this shade Ursula, but I also feel like this might be similar to another one that I'm keeping. So this one is Ursula and then this one is Hello Stranger. I am still going to declutter Ursula because I've worn it a lot less than I've actually worn Hello Stranger. So this one's a little bit older. I'll keep this one and pass Ursula along. Oh wow, I love this color. I didn't even realize I had this because I think based on the shade, like the sticker, I probably wouldn't reach for it very often, but it's a really pretty color. So I'm going to move this to my everyday makeup drawer and see if I can get some use out of it. This one is Scorpio Moon. It's a really pretty mid-toned pink. I think that this is pretty similar to Urban Decay's Back Talk, which I did end up keeping, so I'm going to declutter this one. And then I just have the two lipsticks from the Frozen collection. I actually didn't love the Frozen collection. I thought the Anna palette was really pretty. This one is the Anna lipstick, which is really gorgeous. I am going to hang on to this one. And then this one is Little Snow. It's the Elsa lipstick, which is really pretty too. So I'm going to keep it these two. These apply really beautifully. They're very, very smooth and creamy. And I only got them like back in December. So I feel like they're going to stay good longer than the other ones that I have. So I kept 6 and then got rid of 2, 4, 6, 7. So up here in this container, I have Flower Beauty lipsticks and Essence lipsticks. I am going to hang on to these. I love the Flower Beauty lipsticks. I think everything about these is so beautiful. The packaging is gorgeous. The formula is really nice. They have cream finishes and then they also have matte finishes. And I just think they are some of the best lipsticks that I have in my collection. And then these are from Essence. These are part of their This Is Nude collection. I just did a video talking about some of my favorite lip products, or no, some of my favorite products from Essence in general. And I love these lipsticks. They're so lightweight, so creamy, just really comfortable, and they have an entire line. So no matter what skin tone you have, you're going to be able to find a nude that works well for you because nude on me might not be nude on you. So I love that they kind of have a line dedicated to all different nudes. I have the shade 01 Freaky, 03 Bold, and then also 05 Legendary. So over here, I have a bunch of these Too Faced lipsticks. I really liked these for a long time. They're part of their Peach collection. So these are actually, they're so cute. They have like little peaches imprinted in the lipstick, and the packaging as a whole is just so gorgeous. So this one is in the shade Stop Traffic. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I actually haven't reached for this formula in a long time. I used to love these on the lips, but I feel like I have found a lot of other matte lipsticks that I prefer, including a drugstore version, which I'll talk about in a second, or you know, if I want a really matte lipstick, sometimes I'll just reach for a liquid lipstick. This doesn't happen as much anymore, but I used to get entire collections of a lipstick line in the mail as PR, and when that was the case, I would usually just put all of them in my collection. I don't do that anymore. If I get a whole line of lipsticks, I'll keep like a couple, maybe 3 or 4, and then I'll either give the rest away or donate them. So that's why I have like such large collections for a few of these brands, but I think I'm just going to declutter all of these, to be honest. Part of me wants to keep them because they are so beautiful and they just kind of look and feel luxurious. Like, I love the fact that they have those peaches printed on them, but honestly, these just aren't my go-to. I rarely reach for these. I think they perform well enough. I just feel like I have other formulas that I like a little bit better, that are slightly more long wearing, that just stay in place better as a whole. So I'd rather pass them along to someone who can actually enjoy them and wear them. This is a good reminder to me that preferences change. So when it comes to lip products, I mean, I haven't really purchased a ton of full-size lip products within the past year or two, but when it comes to lip products these days, I really try not to buy a lot of one product because sometimes you end up falling out of love with the formula. And again, if I get an entire collection in the mail as PR, I definitely don't need to open all of them and put them in my collection. I need to, open a few, test out the formula, and then give away the rest or donate the rest. I also have a bunch of these Smashbox lipsticks, and I feel like it was the same case. The brand had sent me the entire line a while ago, and I do remember only keeping, this many, maybe a few more, but I did give away a bunch of them because there's no need for me to keep all of them. And, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't remember the last time that I wore one of these. I think the formula is good, the colors are gorgeous, but for some reason, Smashbox just isn't one of my go-to brands. I do like some of their products, but I'm just kind of thinking through my collection, and I don't own a lot of their products at this point, so I don't feel like I'm reaching for these quite as much. So again, I think I'm going to declutter all of them. I hate to get rid of them because there are shades that I like, and this formula is really good. It's so comfortable, it stays in place well. They have matte finishes, they have cream finishes, but you guys, I have enough lipstick. I don't need to hang on to everything, and like I told you guys, I really want to be able to fit everything in like one container, maybe two. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to start getting rid of some. And again, I just feel like there are friends and family who would be able to enjoy some of these shades. So I am going to declutter these Smashbox lipsticks. Okay, so I was able to clear out one container, which is awesome. I feel like I was able to get rid of quite a few. So I do have a couple more to go through. Let's just switch these around. So right here in the front, I have my e.l.f. Sheer Slick Lipsticks. I love these. These are a little bit newer to my collection, but this is the type of formula that I wear a lot these days. They are sheer, but you can kind of build this color up. They're incredibly hydrating, so comfortable, and they're only a few dollars. I think that this shade selection is just a lot of fun for summer. So you can build the color up a little bit, or you can kind of blend it out for more of like a true sheer appearance. But I just love these. I think e.l.f. did such a good job with this formula. This one is a little bit newer to my collection as well. It's the NYX Filler Instinct lipstick in the shade Beach Casual. This formula is perfect. It is so smoothing and I love this color. Again, it's a little bit sheer, but it's really hydrating, so comfortable. So I'm definitely going to keep this one. So right here I have a bunch of the Too Faced Natural Nudes lipsticks. This is my favorite line of lipsticks ever. I think they are discontinuing them because last time I checked on Sephora's website, they were kind of out of a few shades. Let me double check. Okay, they're totally discontinuing these because there is one shade left on Sephora's website. I wonder how many are left on the Too Faced website. I don't think these are even on the Too Faced website anymore. They must have been phasing these out for a while because they're not even on here for a discounted price. I'm going to hang on to them. I use this formula all the time. There are two shades in particular that I always wear. I always list what I'm wearing in the description box of my videos, and it's typically their lipstick in the shade Send Nudes. I'm either wearing this one on its own or I'm mixing it with something else. I also love the shade Skinny Dippin'. I just feel like the formula is so comfortable. It's very creamy, but it stays in place well. So even if I apply this and, I'm talking a lot or I have a long day, I feel like it still lasts on the lips, which is really nice because sometimes you don't want to wear a lip stain or a liquid lipstick, but you still want longevity. I mean, I'll be honest, and I won't say that I wear every single one of these shades super often, but I just don't think I can part with them now that I know they've been discontinued because once they're gone, they're gone. And then over here, I have the NYX Matte Lipstick. So again, this is one of my favorite formulas. I like this formula better than the Too Faced, what are these called? Like their Comfort Matte Lipsticks. These are nice, but they're not as matte as I typically want a matte lipstick to be. They look fairly matte on the lips, but they're also pretty creamy, so I feel like that is appealing to a lot of people, but these are as well, and they're a lot more affordable, and they're a lot thinner, so I just feel like they're more comfortable on the lips overall. I am going to keep shocking pink. I don't wear a lot of super bright pink lipstick, but I do find myself reaching for this one at least a few times during the spring and the summer. I think it's because it was one of my first super bright lipsticks and it just kind of has like memories attached to it. I don't usually feel that way about makeup, but for some reason that lipstick and then the shade Indie Flick make me feel that way. Indie Flick is like a really bright orange. I don't know if you can tell on camera, the lights might be kind of messing with the shade, but I do love this one as well. So I'm going to keep both of these. Spirit is just like a light nude. I'll definitely get use out of this one. This one is Whipped Caviar. This one is really pretty. I do feel like I kept a couple of other lipsticks that are very similar to this one, and even though the formulas are different, I don't feel like I reach for this shade as much. So I think I will declutter this one. This one is Alabama. Do I need to keep this one? This one is like a pretty everyday red. It's not too intense or too cool toned. I just feel like it looks nice. And then I also have Perfect Red. Probably don't need both of these, so let me swatch this one. I thought swatching them was going to convince me I didn't need both of them, but they're pretty different. And this one is more of like a classic blue toned red. And then this one, I don't know, I kind of like the undertone on this one. Okay, so I feel like I have a lot of classic blue toned reds. So let's declutter this one. Let's declutter Perfect Red, and then I'll keep Alabama because I feel like this one's a little bit different. And then the last one is Siren, which is a really gorgeous, like deep vampy purple, which I will keep. So I'm going to declutter two of these. I don't really want to get rid of this one. No, I need to get rid of it. I kept a red in the Urban Decay formula that's pretty similar. And I don't feel like when I wear red, it's typically one of these. Sometimes I like to layer like this formula over a liquid lipstick, but usually if I'm wearing a red, it's a liquid lipstick. So I am going to rearrange these to see if I can fit them all in one container, or maybe I'll just leave them spread out because I feel like it's easier to see what I have. I don't know, I'll come back to this, but I just need to go through this section over here as well. So I have my ColourPop, just the Tint lip balms. I don't know how many of these I'm going to get rid of. I do love these. I wear them all the time. I just think it's the perfect lightweight moisturizing lip product. Let me swatch them because there are a few that when I put them on, I feel like the undertone is just a little bit off on my skin tone. So there are probably at least a couple that I could declutter. So this one is Island Time. This one is The Strand, which is one of my favorites. And then I have Always Right. I think I'll declutter Always Right because it's kind of similar to The Strand. On the lips, they don't look a whole lot different, but I just like this one a little bit better. And then I think I will keep Island Time. So we'll just declutter Always Right. So I have Z-Boys, Nude Beach, and then Cherry Pickin'. I love Z-Boys. I reach for that one all the time. Nude Beach and Cherry Pickin' are pretty similar. So I think I'll keep Cherry Pickin'. I think Cherry Pickin' was part of like their initial release, and then this was a limited edition one, maybe part of the Going Coconuts line, but because this one is a little bit newer, I'll pass this one along and keep this one. This one is Feel Good, this one is Cutie Fruity, and then this one is a Go-Go. I am going to hang on to all three of these. My favorite out of the three is definitely a Go-Go. I find myself wearing this one all the time, but I do love all three of these. I already know I'm going to keep these three as well. So I have Maui Wowie, Treasure Island, and then this one is Chimichanga, but I'll still swatch them for you. So this one is Maui Wowie, this one is Treasure Island, and then this one is Chimichanga. I do feel like this one is somewhat similar to some of the other shades, but these two are pretty unique. They really don't have a lot of like brighter reds, so if you do like a brighter red shade, you'll really enjoy Chimichanga. So I do have these Too Faced Peach Puff lipsticks. These are kind of like sheer matte lipsticks. So I have a lot of sheer hydrating lipsticks like the e.l.f. or the ColourPop Just a Tint lip balms, but a lot of the matte lipsticks that I own are completely opaque, like these ones from Too Faced or these from NYX. So these are a nice change if I want a little bit more of a soft look. They kind of give your lips just like a very blurred effect. Typically when I wear these, I do wear the lighter shades because I feel like the darker shades can look a little bit streaky. So I think I will hang on to these lighter shades. Let me just swatch these darker shades. These are pretty and they smell really, really good. I forgot they kind of have like a peach scent to them. So this one is called Straight Fire. This one is called Don't At Me. And then this one is Velvet Rope. I am going to declutter these because when I wear a deeper lipstick, typically I do prefer a little bit more of an opaque finish unless I'm going for like a glossy look like the Just a Tint lip balms. So I feel like somebody else would be able to enjoy these. I love the formula. They're really gorgeous. I'm going to keep the lighter ones, but I do feel like I could pass on the deeper shades. And then over here, I just have my Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick. So I do have these four. These were part of a holiday set, which I love. I think they are so gorgeous. I heard they are reformulating these, so I don't think they have them available on the website right now, just this line as a whole, because I think they are going completely vegan. But I do love this little set. I wish all lipsticks came as minis because I'm someone who doesn't really use up entire lip products, so it's nice to be able to have some new colors without having to pay for a full-priced, full-size lipstick. This mini is in the shade Chai. I don't wear this one a whole lot. It's a really pretty color, but I'm just going to declutter this one. Okay, so these are probably the oldest lipsticks in my collection. I've had these for over 4 years, which is a pretty long time for a lip product. I don't follow the typical makeup expiration guidelines. I mean, some brands say to toss things after 6 months, some brands say a year. I always just go by like color, texture, scent. I definitely don't recommend using an expired product. But I feel like you can usually tell when a product is expired. Sometimes when it comes to products like this that don't look or smell or feel expired, but I know that I've had them for a while, I just decide to get rid of them. 4 years is a really long time, and honestly, I do feel like I can duplicate these shades with that mini set. So Gazpacho is a really beautiful red, but I do have, you know, a mini one that looks very, very similar. And then I do have a berry tone. This one is called Beetroot. I don't have a mini Bite Beauty lipstick that's similar to this, but I definitely have a Flower Beauty lipstick and an Urban Decay lipstick that look like this one. And then the last one is called Pepper. This one is kind of like a pinky nude. And again, I do feel like I have something similar within these minis. So I think I am going to get rid of these. I've just had them for a really long time. And even though they look and they feel fine, I just don't really feel comfortable using them at this point. And again, Bite Beauty is reformulating their lipsticks. So once they do release the new version of these, I am going to test them out. Okay, so let me condense these lipsticks and just see if I can fit them in one container, and then I'll decide if I want to keep it like that. Okay, so I just counted them because I was curious to see how many I decluttered. I decluttered 52 and then I kept 63. So I was able to declutter 45%, which is pretty much half of my collection, which does feel good. Honestly, I feel like I could probably part with a few more, but I mean, even just getting rid of 45% is kind of a lot for me. So I'm going to hang on to these, wear them for the rest of the year. And then once January rolls back around or the beginning of next year, I'll do another declutter and see if I can kind of shrink it down even more. Because I'm not buying really any lip products this year, it's not going to grow within the next 6 months, which is good. So I feel like next year I'll be able to make it even smaller. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's declutter video. Make sure to subscribe because next week I'll be uploading my liquid lipstick and lip gloss declutter. And again, I kind of hope that I can cut down that part of my collection by 45% at least. So then my entire drawer will just be a lot more empty. I mean, I'm definitely not a minimalist when it comes to my makeup collection, but I feel like the days of having like a super large, overwhelming collection just don't appeal to me anymore. I like to see products I know I'm going to wear and enjoy using because otherwise the rest of them are just taking up space and cluttering things up. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys very soon with a new one. Bye.